Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're really focusing in on one specific cloud service, Azure Container Instances. You might know it as ACI.
That's right.
We've gone through the sources trying to figure out, why does this thing exist? What problems does it solve for developers? And importantly, for you listening. And really, how does it make deploying containers, well, simpler?
Yeah, the mission here is basically showing how ACI lets you run apps without getting sort of bogged down in managing servers and infrastructure.
Right, like a shortcut to hosting containers in Azure, especially the lightweight stuff.
Exactly. So ACI, at its core, it's this lightweight serverless service. Its whole job is running Docker containers directly in the cloud.
Serverless, okay. So no VMs to manage?
None. You don't manage VMs. You don't have to wrestle with complex orchestrators like Kubernetes. I mean, Kubernetes is powerful, sure, but there's a big learning curve there.
Definitely.
With ACI, you essentially tell Azure, here's my container image, just run it. It's fully managed.
And you pay per second. I saw that mentioned.
Per second billing, yeah. Which makes it, honestly, a really straightforward starting point if you're new to containers on Azure.
Okay, that sounds almost too easy.
Yeah.
What was it like before ACI? What were the main headaches developers were dealing with?
Well, before ACI, running a container usually meant you were setting up virtual machines yourself.
Right, the whole provisioning, patching, maintaining cycle.
Exactly. Or you were diving straight into Kubernetes, which, as we said, can be pretty complex just to get started. Configuring clusters, nodes.
Yeah, not trivial. It could take ages just to get the environment ready.
Precisely. ACI just wipes that whole setup phase off the map. You can deploy a container literally in seconds.
Seconds? Right.
Yeah. It's a huge barrier removed, especially for, say, a junior dev or someone just wanting to quickly test an idea.
I can see that. And the per second billing helps with those quick tests too, I imagine.
Absolutely. It slashes costs for those short bursty tasks. Plus, it scales up really fast when you need it. It just makes containers way more accessible.
Okay, so accessibility is key. For someone starting out or even, a seasoned developer looking for less hassle, what are the key features? And maybe can you give some practical real-world examples?
Sure. Feature-wise, it's flexible. You can run just a single container, that's simple enough, but it also supports what they call container groups.
Container groups?
Yeah, where you run multiple containers together and they share resources, like networking and storage volumes. Think microservices.
Ah, like a main app and maybe a helper container?
Exactly, like your application container running alongside a logging sidecar. The sidecar collects logs, shares the network. Super useful.
Right.
You also get flexible resource controls, CPU, memory, even GPUs if you need them, so you can tailor it. And it integrates smoothly with Azure Container Registry or Docker Hub to pull your images.
Makes sense. And practically, where would I use this day to day?
Oh, lots of places, like in your CI/CD pipeline for running unit tests. Spin up a container, run tests, shut it down. Done. Only pay for those few seconds or minutes. Or batch processing. Imagine you get files uploaded to Azure Blob Storage. You could use Azure Event Grid to trigger an ACI instance.
So the event, like a file upload, kicks off the container.
Right. The container processes the data in the file, does its job, and then terminates. Super efficient, cost-effective.
Those are great examples. It sounds really versatile for certain tasks. But, okay, what are the pro tips, the things to watch out for? When is ACI not the right choice?
Good question. The main pro tip is match the tool to the workload. ACI is fantastic for those short-lived, stateless, or lighter tasks. We talked about batch jobs, CI/CD, simple APIs maybe.
Stateless is key there, I guess.
Often, yeah. It's less suited for large, really complex stateful applications that need, advanced orchestration. Things like auto-scaling across multiple nodes, complex service discovery, persistent storage that follows the container around easily.
Right, so for those big, complex apps.
For those, you'd probably look towards Azure Kubernetes Service, AKS. It's built for that scale and complexity. ACI just doesn't have those advanced orchestration features.
Got it. Any other limitations? Or maybe cost gotchas? You mentioned per second billing is good, but...
Well, there are resource limits per container group. You need to be aware of those. And sometimes, if a container hasn't run in a while, you might hit a small cold start delay while it provisions.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, cost-wise, per second billing is great, but you pay for the resources you allocate, not just what you use. So configure your CPU and memory requests carefully. Don't just ask for way more than you need.
Good tip. So monitor usage.
Definitely. Use Azure Monitor to keep an eye on costs and performance. And another best practice, Pull your container images from Azure Container Registry, ACR. It's generally faster and more secure within Azure.
Okay, that makes sense.
So yeah, pulling it all together, ACI is really about giving developers agility and simplicity. Especially for those lighter on-demand container jobs, it takes away the whole infrastructure management headache.
Lets you focus on the code, not the servers.
Exactly that.
Okay, so thinking about all this, for you listening, how might using a serverless container approach like ACI actually change how you think about deploying and scaling those smaller, more focused applications in the cloud? Is there some task that seemed too complex before, too much setup maybe, that now feels, well, doable? Something to think about?